Welcome back to the Grand Slam channel. Today is Thursday, February 20th. We got a full slate of NBA. We also have several college basketball games. I do have a couple props I'll share with you for college basketball. We're going to focus on NBA since it's fully back. We're going to head on over to NBA first half. We do have a couple wagons, but the one I like to mention, and that is Kristaps Porzingis. Any prop is in play for the first half. Fantasy, PRA, or points. Going against Philly, he cashed all three of these props last time out. So most likely probably taking his fantasy score at 18.5, but any prop is good. Let's head on over to full game props. And I just got news right now that Victor Wembanyama is out for the rest of the season. Unfortunately, he does have a block cut on his shoulder. So De'Aaron Fox is the go-to guy for the Spurs now. Which brings me to my next target, and that is De'Aaron Fox. You can get him lower on other platforms, but if you want to play it safe, you can take his Gabi. I'm going to take his regular line. He's going to cash it. See him going. He's the number one option now for the Spurs now with Wemby out, unfortunately. So I'll be taking De'Aaron Fox. No data here. I'm just going to take him. Going against the Suns, so I'll be taking the over for Fox, but anything is in play with the Wemby news. Most likely all these props will get bumped. Next one I like to mention is Norman Powell. And I've been going back and forth with his fantasy score and points. Obviously, he is a shooter. But for Norman Powell, I do like his points in this matchup. As soon as Price Picks loads up. And unfortunately, they took out his points prop. They only have his blocks, shots, and steals. So there might be some news brewing with the Clippers and Bucks. But for the Bucks, the news broke out this morning with Bobby Portis suspended for 25 games. So obviously it's gonna affect Giannis. But Giannis been the number one option anyways. But as soon as Norman Powell's props get posted, take his points. But if you want to play safe, you can take his points, Gabi. But I do have Norman Powell on my slip. I believe I got him at 22.5. You can get him on other platforms as of now, but I don't see any news on the Clippers as of now. So there might be adjusting the lines. Next one is Desmond Bane. And I did take his points. But for this matchup against Indiana, it's probably one of the highest scoring projected games. It's going to be a high, fast pace. For Desmond Bane, I did take his points and rebounds. You can get his PRA at 30.5. You can see it's a popular play. He's been averaging about 32 to 35 a game as far as PRA. Points is solid. I do like his Gabi at 17.5. But I'm going to be taking his points and rebounds. And it's at 25.5. He can get this on points alone if he has a good shooting night, which I expect him to have against Indiana. But I'll be taking his points and rebounds. As you can see, he's been averaging close to 30. Did I just delete a prop? Let's put Kristaps back in there. Fourth prop I'll be going with is Derek White. And his points just got bumped. I was able to get him at 13.5. So most likely I will pivot to his points, Gabi. I still like his regular points at 14. I mean, you can still get push equity. But overall, he might have a good game. So his fantasy score is also in play. It's at 28. Pretty solid. Usually averages in the mid 30s. Going against Philly, so he might go over it just in case it does get into a blowout situation. So most likely I'll be taking his fantasy score, but his points, Gabi is definitely in play at 9.5. But overall I'll be taking his fantasy score. Next one is Kevin Durant. And usually his prop that I take is his points. Been cashing, especially his Gabi. So Kevin Durant, like I mentioned, Wemby is out. So Booker and Kevin Durant should go off. Hopefully it doesn't become a blowout. I don't think it will be, but I'll be taking Kevin Durant's points at 24.5. I'll be taking his higher paying Gabi. And then last one I like to mention is Jaren Jackson. And for him, I'll be taking his points at 22. Slightly bumped, it was at 21.5. You can probably get him on other platforms at that rate. But make sure you guys separate Jaren Jackson and Desmond Bane. If you guys do multiple slips, don't put them together. Just in case one of them does go off and the other has a bad shooting night. Like I mentioned, it's going to be a high, fast-paced game. It's one of the top scoring games projected for today's slate. I believe the average is going to be at 250 or something like 251.2 last time I checked. So I do have Jaren Jackson and Desmond Bane. And those two. You can also target John Morant as well. But these are the 6 props that I like. Break them down. Jaren Jackson's points. Derek White's fantasy. Kristaps Porzingis, the wagon first half. Anything is in play for first half. Kevin Durant's points. 24.5, or you can take the 19.5 Gabi. And De'Aaron Fox, Wemby's news. So it should increase De'Aaron Fox stats. And then Desmond Bane points and rebounds. So mix and match, pick your favorite. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Appreciate the support. But before I end this video, let me give you 2 good props for college basketball. And first one is Derek Queen. And for him, I'll be taking his fantasy score at 32.5. Or you can take his points and rebounds, or both in play. But I do like his fantasy score. Going against SC, they're going to need Queen if they stand a chance. So I'll be taking Derek Queen's fantasy score. Points and rebounds is also in play for him. And next one is Wesley Yates. I do like a couple USC players in this matchup. But for Wesley, I do like his points Gabi at 9.5. Be taking that over. And another of his teammates is Agbo. Chibuzo Agbo, and for him, I do like his rebounds. Or you can take his points and rebounds, are both good. PRA is also in play. The only thing worried about him is his minutes. But Agbo should get plenty in this matchup. So most likely I'll be taking his points and assists. 11 point. I mean, he can catch that on points alone. So I'll be taking his assist at 11.5. This PRA is probably going to get bumped further. But if you want to play it safe, take one of these Gabis, 7.5. I do have him clearing over 10 points. Not sure if he's going to land on 10 or 12 points. But play it safe and take one of these 2 Gabis, or you can just stick to his points and assist. So good luck. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Appreciate the support. If you're interested in the core, the link is in the description below. Post all my slips, chalkboard, underdog, sleeper, parlay play, you name it. Daily, all sports, all platforms. See you guys in the next one.